We also have phrenology, certainty. We're about to look up what phrenology is. You all with the Aquarius, when I said y'all are probably the star card, Aquarius, you all are different. Y'all don't do stuff exactly how everybody else does. Phrenology, like who the heck has heard of that? Okay, unless they're very smart. You all are very intelligent, smart, quirky, and you like to look into different ways. You don't want to do things exactly the same as everyone else. I'm guessing it has something to do with the brain, child, but I don't know because it looks like it's a brain on here. But we about to find out what phrenology is because now I'm interested. What is phrenology? Okay. Hippocrates and his followers inaugurated major changes in understanding people's behavior and personality by reading their heads. During the Victorian era, many physicians also practiced phrenology, defining people's character and knowledge by reading the bumps, shape, and size of their heads. Oh, wow. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. This card is also about prayer and meditation and monitoring your thoughts, okay? Wow. You may want to look into phrenology. It has words on here, so like different sections of the head represent different words. You may want to look into EFT, emotional freedom technique. That might be good where you're doing the tapping on different sections of your body to get rid of certain subconscious thought patterns or whatever. You may want to look into EFT. You may want to look into CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Those different type of things where it studies the behavior. Also looking into meridians, looking into acupuncture. But there's a lot in connection with the mind, the thoughts, the spirit, and the body. So there's certain physical symptoms and diseases people may have because of what's going on in their mind or spiritually. So you may want to look into those different things. Like I have this EFT divination kit. Okay, this deck by Mandy Peterson. But like it says on here, bitterness can cause issues in the gallbladder and liver. Okay, so somebody, if you have a patient that's dealing with issues with their gallbladder or liver, they could have a lot of bitterness in their heart. So you all, one of your gifts may be figuring out how the mind affects the body. Okay. We also have commune. Okay. It says even when we're working by ourselves, we're collaborating with the world around us. This is good. I'm glad they put this in here because they don't mean that you literally have to physically collaborate with other people. They're talking about you're working with several different elements, therefore collaborating with the universe, the spirit world, even when you're working by yourself. So acknowledge the spirits of place, acknowledge the spirits and the deities that are helping you, and that have come before you. When you need help, don't be afraid to ask. So this is also not being afraid to ask your spirit guides for help. Okay. Oh, wrong card. Commune. Not be afraid to ask your spirit guides for help. Acknowledging that you're, even when you're working alone, you're working with the elements, you're working with the spiritual world, you're working with the earth, you're working with a higher power, deities, divine source, all of that. So even when we feel like we're alone, we're not alone. We have new moon. I forget if you're supposed to release on the new moon or manifest. Let's see. Darkness, formulate, seed, germinate, source. Now is not the time to act, but simply wait and observe. More will be revealed soon. So you all may be very observant people. Okay, and that is one of your gifts. Sitting back, observing, being strategic about the next move you're going to make. We have experience, okay? You all, like I said, you may have been through a lot. So you're able to teach people from experience, not just from I read a book or I learned. I actually have experienced the things that I'm talking about. You all may have gone through a lot in your life, but it was to help awaken the spiritual gifts that you have. We have deep, quiet meditation and stillness. I think this is the second time meditation and stillness has come up. So a lot of times, if you have very strong psychic abilities and strong psychic gifts, you can literally go crazy. Okay, so it is very important that you take time to meditate, be still, cleanse your space, all of that, because you have so many downloads, so much information is coming through, so many spirits are trying to reach out to you. You're very, very tapped in, and you want to make sure you don't lose your mind, okay? So learning how to meditate and be still and you know, get through all of the noise around you to get clarity. We also have 11. This represents portals being open. The number 1111 can be portals. Okay, you have a lot of portals that are open around you. Make sure you're closing those portals when you're done working with the spirits and all of that, okay? So they ain't just roaming around all the time. We have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Like I said, you have experience. You may have made some not some of the best choices in life. Part of your role now is to teach people choices and their consequences, okay? You might even be playing a disciplinarian role when it comes to spirituality, okay? Or Saturn. You might be Saturn sometimes. Like, okay, don't make me have to discipline you. Might be showing doing return to senders and all that, okay? We have skywriting, the fates. Skywriting. Okay, once again, astrology is showing up here. If you're not into astrology, you need to learn more about it because that's going to definitely help increase your gifts for sure, like times 10. We have scribe, preserving knowledge and information. Scribe is somebody who is not only a writer, but they're usually writing down certain events, or if someone is speaking, they're writing down what they're speaking, or if you're having a meeting at work, you're writing it down, okay? So you're a record keeper. Write down the information that you're getting spiritually. Even if it's something you don't understand, write it down, because later you may be able to come back to that and get more messages or fully understand it. It's very important that you take notes. I text myself. I have a text thread to myself. When I think of certain things randomly or information, I will text it to myself, and whenever I think about going back to look at it, I will. Okay, so make sure you're writing notes, okay? Keeping record of the things that are coming to your mind. We have Miser. The Midas touch. That was the king that everything he touched turned to gold. So entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. You all definitely have the gift of transmutation, okay? And you may even be able to make a business out of using your spiritual gifts. So you will be paid for your spiritual gifts, okay? Hermit, you all could be Virgos. The Hermit card represents Virgo. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. You all, because you have a lot of spiritual gifts and information, you have to spend a lot of time by yourself, because not only are you open spiritually, but you're able to pick up on other people's stuff. Like I said, I had a client that she could just touch somebody's jacket and get information from them. Sometimes it's too much. You might not like being in crowds because you're too empathic. So you're getting downloads for yourself and for everybody else. So sometimes you need to go into hermit mode, go into solitude to keep your sanity. Sextile, integration, cooperation, tools, skills, ingenuity, harmony, empathy. What did I just say? You guys are definitely empaths, strong empaths, okay? A lot of time people that are labeled as crazy, they just are very unbalanced spiritually and very, very empathic, and they're being affected by everything that's going on around them. It's very important that you all learn how to ground. If you do know how, keep doing it, and go into hermit mode when you need to. We have Virgo. Like I said, you all could be Virgos. So you're probably very organized. Very organized. And like I said, keep good notes. And we also have void, of course. Pause in time, change of plans, limbo, improvision. Okay? So you all have had to learn how to compromise, how to improvise. Things may not have always gone as planned with Virgo. That could really, really bother you. Okay, Virgos are planners. They like to plan things out and be organized. So you may be a perfectionist. You may be a perfectionist, and you may need to work on being a perfectionist, because you're going to have to pivot sometimes. Okay.